Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that could put some serious cash back in your pocket. I'm talking about a tax relief that millions of employees are eligible for, but so many never claim. It's like finding a $20 bill in a jacket you haven't worn in years, but potentially much, much bigger. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is, if you qualify, and how to get your money. So, what is this mystery tax relief? It's all about work-related expenses. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm an employee, not self-employed. My company pays for everything, and that's a common misconception. The tax authorities recognize that sometimes you have to spend your own money to do your job, and they're willing to give you a tax break for it. We're not talking about your daily commute or your lunch. We're talking about specific costs that are wholly, exclusively, and necessarily for your work. That's the key phrase, and we'll break down what it really means. Let's start with a big one that became super relevant over the past few years: working from home. If your employer requires you to work from home, even for just part of the week, you could be eligible to claim tax relief for the extra household costs. This includes things like higher electricity and heating bills. The tax office has a simplified flat rate you can claim, which makes it incredibly easy. You don't even need to keep complicated records of your bills. We'll walk through how to check if you're eligible for this later on, but it's a huge one that many people miss out on. Next up, let's talk about uniforms and tools. If you have to wear a specific branded uniform for your job, and you're responsible for washing, repairing, or replacing it yourself, you can claim tax relief. This doesn't apply to a general dress code, like wear a black suit. It has to be a specialized uniform, like something with your company logo on it, or protective clothing. The same principle applies to tools. If you're a mechanic, a hairdresser, or in any trade where you have to buy and maintain your own tools to do your job, those costs can be claimed. The tax authorities even have flat trade allowances for different professions, which simplifies the whole process. Another major category is travel expenses. Now, hold on. I know I said your daily commute doesn't count, and that's true. Traveling from your home to your permanent workplace is considered an ordinary commute. But what if you have to travel to a temporary workplace? For example, let's say your main office is in one city, but your company sends you to a client's site in another town for a few weeks. The cost of traveling to that temporary location, including mileage if you use your own car, train tickets, and even accommodation, can often be claimed. This is a game changer for consultants, site workers, and anyone who doesn't just sit at the same desk every single day. Professional fees and subscriptions are another area that's frequently overlooked. Are you a member of a professional body that's essential for your career, for example? An accountant who needs to be a member of a certified body, or an engineer who is part of a professional institute? If paying that membership fee is necessary for your job, or if it's on the tax authority's list of approved organizations, you can claim tax relief on the full amount. This also applies to subscriptions to certain professional journals or trade magazines, if they are directly relevant to your work and help you stay current in your field. So, how do you know if an expense qualifies? Let's revisit that wholly, exclusively, and necessarily rule. Wholly and exclusively means the expense was only for work. If there's a dual purpose, part personal and part business, it gets tricky. For example, your home internet bill. You use it for work, but you also use it for streaming movies. In this case, you can't claim the whole bill, but you might be able to claim the business portion. Necessarily means you couldn't do your job without incurring that expense. It has to be a requirement of the job itself, not just something that makes your life easier. Now for the most important part. How do you actually claim this money? You don't have to be a tax expert or hire an expensive accountant. For most people, the process is surprisingly straightforward. The first thing you need to do is gather your records. This means receipts, invoices, bank statements, and mileage logs. For some claims, like the work-from-home allowance or uniform maintenance, you can use the flat rates offered by the tax office, which means less paperwork. Once you have your information, you can usually make a claim online through the government's official tax service website. You'll need to create an account if you don't have one already. The online forms will guide you through the process, asking for details about your employment and the expenses you're claiming. Be honest and accurate. Don't inflate your costs, as they can ask for proof. What if you just realized you could have been claiming these expenses for years? Good news. In most cases, you can backdate your claim for the past 4 tax years. That means, right now, you could potentially get a refund for expenses you paid years ago. This could result in a significant lump sum payment directly into your bank account. Imagine getting a check for all those professional fees or uniform costs UVA covered over the last few years. It's definitely worth taking the time to check. Let's quickly recap. We've talked about claiming tax relief for working from home, washing your work uniform, buying your own tools, traveling to temporary workplaces, and paying for professional fees. These are all legitimate claims that millions of employees are entitled to. The key is understanding the rules and knowing that you have to actively make the claim yourself. Doesn't happen automatically. So your homework after watching this video is to sit down for just 30 minutes and think about your job. Go through each of the categories we discussed. Do you work from home? Do you wear a uniform? Do you travel for work beyond your normal commute? Do you pay for any professional subscriptions? Make a list. Then head over to the official government tax website. Be sure it's the official one and start exploring the claims section. It could be the most profitable half hour you spend all year. I really hope this has been helpful and has opened your eyes to a potential source of extra income you didn't even know you had. It's your money and you've earned it. Don't leave it on the table. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more tips on how to manage your money better. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.